Hello, my name is Antonio Ruano-Cano and with Professors María Teresa Sánchez Compaña, Cristina Sánchez Cruzado and Gregorio Arjona Aranda from the University of Málaga, we are presenting the design of a direct observation protocol in the secondary school classroom. To design appropriate learning situations that not only include a technical or instrumental approach, but also one related to understanding and using mathematics to adapt to the environment or functional, and one related to favoring the understanding of mathematics or formative, it is necessary to observe first what is being carried out in real contexts. Furthermore, to carry out a good observation, it is necessary to have the support of an observation protocol that is appropriate to what is to be observed. In the last decades, observation protocols, and more specifically observation protocols in mathematics didactics, have increased in complexity. This work aims to design an observation protocol that can be used to see how the teaching and learning process of the subject of mathematics takes place in a secondary education classroom. To this end, we consider some observation instruments that best meet the needs of our research team, considering current educational legislation. Let's take a look on classroom observation. It is one of the main procedures for validating theoretical postulates, as well as one of the most solid instruments used to identify and give value to the diversity of nuances, meanings, and intentions with which a pedagogical event manifests itself. And how can we classify an observation protocol? First, we have the process, the way we observe. It can be through video or directly on the classroom. Another way to classifying observation protocols is according to the relationship to the observed situation. Systematic, if it is carried with little or no contact with the observed event, or participant, if it takes an internal role in the observed pedagogical process. The last way to classify observation protocols is according to when it occurs. Punctual, if it is carried out at a specific moment, or longitudinal, if it is carried out over some time. The level of structuring the observation instrument can be open, descriptive, covering many events and processes, narrative, involving prior planning and structuring, or closed, considering the sequentially and chaining of events. In the latter, unlike the two previous ones, a protocol is usually used in which a categorization appears. Observation can be recorded in different ways. In addition to diaries, in which the events are reported exhaustively, there are other observation protocols, such as anecdotal records, where the event is described, sign system of feature lists, which consists of a list of the issues of interest indicating whether they are present or not, or categorization systems, where it is shown whether certain records occur or not. Well, the different theoretical frameworks on observation in didactic of mathematics can be classified into generic, content-specific, or hybrid. Generic study the quality of aspects of subjects concerning the general teaching requirements. An example of a protocol of this framework is the classroom assessment scoring system. Content-specific focus on a particular subject and provide subject-specific information. An example of a protocol of this type of framework is the mathematical quality of instruction. About the hybrid ones, they are a mix of these two types of theoretical frameworks. It has benefits as it is centered on different generic aspects, such as time management or feedback receipt, how mathematics is taught, using multiple ways of solving problems, or even using rigorous mathematical language. Two examples of hybrid framework observation protocols are TextInstruct by Schlesinger et al. And Poemat.s by Joglar et al. TextInstruct is an adaptation from a systematic review of the literature in which three major dimensions, classroom management, student support, and cognitive activation, are fixed through the observation of videos for German-speaking countries. It consists of a 1 to 4 Likert scale in which different statements are described and must be rated according to the level of the agreement, where 4 indicates completely agree. It distinguished the categories of classroom management, student support, cognitive activation, quality of the subject, and related quality of teaching. Poemat.s is an observation protocol created to observe videos of mathematics lessons in Spain and also based on a systematic literature review on similar protocols. It is made up of 3 categories, from which different subcategories and series of indicators associated with them are highlighted and ordered with a score between 0 and 3, where 3 is the maximum level of agreement with the subcategory. A distinction is made between categories of mathematical content, the didactic of mathematical content, and classroom management. Regarding research on evaluation classroom instruction, Bostic et al. Make a categorization divided into 2 criteria. If quality of or implementation levels are not addressed, we can find measurable elements such as waiting time or the number of questions. Also included in this criterion is student initiative, such as the impact of cooperative groups, curriculum, or technology. And teacher professional development belongs also to this criterion. Looking at levels of quality and implementations, it includes informal observation used as anecdotal data from observation of the class through a total score, and observation that has several indicators and ranges related to the quality of the class. In the research carried out, due to the context in which the study is framed, we need an instrument that is of classroom observation, direct, in which the observer has a relationship with the classroom, systematic, and is also carried out over some time, longitudinal. The level of structuring is closed, so it has a categorization system. Moreover, it is a hybrid theoretical framework as it is based on hybrid protocols. Its structure is an initial part extracted from the TextInstruct protocol, which a Likert scale of 1 to 4 is available, where 1 is not at all agree with the statement, 2 is slightly agreed, 3 agrees, and 4 is strongly agree. Here we can see the categories classroom management, which is centered in the time, the rules, the organization, the productivity, and the structure of the class, and the student support, centered obviously in the student support, heterogeneity, self-learning, feedback, and collaborative learning. Those categories are followed by these 3 categories: cognitive activation, centered in the knowledge of the student to get from the class and the one they have, and the category theme-related quality, about how the teacher uses the student's mistakes, and teaching-related quality, about the teaching practice. After that first part, we have a second part extracted from poemat.est. Modified the scale of responses with indicators ranging from 1 to 4 to unify the type of responses. The selected subcategories are complementary to the previous protocol and can be included in the categories of the last protocol. Here we can see the category mathematical content, about mathematical representations, relevance of mathematics, definition and argumentation, as well as those where informs about mathematical flexibility, connection with the reality, and teachers' mistakes. The second category used is didactic of mathematical content, where challenges, tasks, and contextualization are included. Here we can see some subcategories from the last category, which are related to the responsibility for the mathematical activity, the teacher's discourse, the student's intervention, classroom management, expository resources, or the written material. And to finish this second part, there is a subcategory related to the behavior management. A block with qualitative indicators is added in the third part, made up by classroom environment and working groups, academic performance, type of evaluation, access to content, diversity attention, technological and manipulative tools used, reasoning, methodologies, working system, relationships, the mood of the students, attitude, and other interesting insights. For the final part, all the assessment criteria included in mathematics for the academic year in which the observation would take place have been extracted from the order del 30 de mayo de 2023, from the Spanish law. This protocol is the result of a literature review on the qualitative technique of classroom observation, following the research of Caralambrus and Praetorius, focused on the area of mathematics, which, unlike those made through video recordings, is intended to be carried out systematically. This observation protocol aims to have an instrument that gives us a realistic and complete picture of the classroom situation, allowing us to know the profiles of students and teachers in the classroom, which will facilitate all the future design of learning situations. One of the limitations of this protocol is its length, so that in a single observation session it would not be possible to gather all the information that we want to know. It is therefore recommended that more than one observation session be carried out. Another limitation may derive from the role of the person observing using these protocols, since if she or he is part of the classroom development, the categories may not be detected as accurately. A possible solution to this is for the person using this protocol to remain completely outside the classroom. In further research, this protocol can be used during different direct observations, as opposed to the widespread protocols in video observation, to detect the strengths and weaknesses of the active teacher and to have the possibility a posteriori to redesign the sessions so that the teaching learning process is much richer. This paper is included in my PhD thesis about the didactic of geometry in the third course of the Spanish compulsory secondary education, and it is also included inside the group of investigation HUM 324, investigación en el carácter funcional, formativo e instrumental de la didáctica de la matemática. Here we can find some references from this presentation and those used also in this presentation. Thank you for watching and see you soon.